What's up, everybody? We're back with another episode, actually episode 4 of the brUTherhood podcast. We're here with my guys, Nick and Royal Ivey. We're here with another episode, gonna talk Texas basketball, things that's going on in our personal lives, and just get to it, man. I hope everybody having a great week. We got this thing rolling. We super excited to do episode 4. We're gonna have some special guests real soon. And for the time being, let's get this thing started. What y'all got today, fellas? How everything going, Roy? What you got going on in your life today, man?
Little bit of this, little bit of that. Little house hunting.
House hunting for what? Some news we need to know about?
Yeah, moving to Texas. Gonna work with the Houston Rockets. I'm super excited. So
congratulations, my boy. Congratulations, man. Welcome home, man. Welcome home.
Yeah, so close to Austin, man.
Going home,
so close.
2.5 hours away from, Austin, Texas. It's exciting being back in the great state of Texas. Everything's bigger in Texas. A lot of family, a lot of friends. TJ Ford, DJs in Houston, and like I said, I'm only 2.5 hours away from the University of Texas, so I'll be catching some games this year. I'm really excited about this. Be in the Moody Center, enjoying the vibe, enjoying the wave of, this new University of Texas basketball team that we have next year. I'm pretty excited, especially hearing that Dillion Mitchell is coming back.
Mitch.
Yeah, so I was pretty much surprised because I saw him on a couple draft boards, and also I saw him on a couple of draft workouts, and he obviously pulled his name from the NBA draft. That was surprising for me because he would at least be a second-round draft pick at best off of the potential. And he decided he wanted one more run at it, and this is exciting because now we got some more strength to add to our roster with Dillon coming back. And he's definitely going to help us move this team along in the right direction.
Yeah, Roy, that was the first time I've ever had inside info in my life when you said that he wasn't going to leave the draft. So, my brother-in-law and I were talking, and I was like, oh, man, he's not coming back. Don't worry about it. So, of course, the day he announced he's coming back, I get a text. I was like, oh, man.
That's big news. That's big news, man. I mean, Roy, for you, like, what do you think his decision was to come back? Do you think, he feels like coming back to school, he has a better opportunity being a first-round pick, being a top 10 pick? What are your thoughts?
I think he came back because he has another shot at being a first-round pick. Like, why risk it? You're making money in college with the NIL. So that's covered. And now you're in your second year. You're going to play more. And at the same time, I think he came back to prove himself that he is an NBA player and he has certain tools. So maybe, he got some feedback saying that you need to work on this, you need to work on that. And now he can go to the drawing board and have the opportunity to work on it. And, nothing's guaranteed, but he should play more minutes now. I would say in the 20 to 25 minute range. No Timmy Allen, certain guys are off the roster. This is a smart move for Dillion Mitchell, I think, coming back and basically giving it another shot and honing his skills. We're going to see a different Dillion Mitchell. He plays with energy. He's above the rim. He's fast. He's athletic. But I think we're going to see a more locked in and determined Dillion Mitchell to prove that he is a first-round pick.
Yeah, I talked about that on the horn this week on the radio about, Dillon got kind of a knock last year of, oh, he wasn't that good. He didn't do this. He didn't do that. But I think what people forget is what you just referenced, Roy, is that we had Timmy Allen there. We had, Christian Bishop. We had Dylan DeSue. We had Tyrese, Marcus, all these, and Jabari, all these guys that those are the guys getting the shots. And so I don't think Dillon truly, found himself in that system. And honestly, he was a younger guy that was trying to fit in. And, think about back. When did you see Dillion Mitchell shoot a jump shot this year?
Rarely.
I don't remember seeing it.
I can't recall. We have to look at the stats, the numbers, but I don't think he shot a three. Maybe it was the shot clock was going down and it was like he had a missile in his hand. So, but you're right on that. It was a log jam. Just remember, this kid was a McDonald's All-American. So he's not a slouch. And it's all about opportunity, minutes, and to be productive and the opportunity for the ball to come your way. I'm really excited that he's coming back. He's really going to be a great addition to the squad.
Yeah, I mean, what you saying, like, him coming back and working on individual or personal things that maybe he got some feedback from the draft with, obviously his jump shot would be one, right? Proving that he can knock down shots, knock down the three. Because, in the league now, the NBA, today's NBA, if you're a big, you're a five, you look at Jokic, you got to be able to shoot the ball, or you can't be on the floor. That's how I feel,
Yeah, shooting is at a premium in the NBA. So shooting is at a premium, I think, on every team. Everybody wants shooting. So at the end of the day, he has to take that step and shoot threes, whether they're corner threes, whether they're below the break threes. But he has to be able to shoot threes at a high clip. The defensive side, I think he will excel. But if he is able to improve on his 3-point percentage and just taking more and being more comfortable out there on the perimeter, he'll be fine because the talent is there. The talent is really there.
Did you guys see the video that got posted from his draft workouts of him shooting threes? It honestly was the first time I'd truly seen what his jump shot looked like. And he was hitting, granted it was, highlights, but it was all in a row and he was nailing it. So for me, it was like, okay, this kid's going to get his chance this year to kind of showcase what he can do. And I think that, I'm guessing there'll be more pieces of the offense running through him this year.
Yeah, he has to have a bigger role, obviously, coming back. I feel like, like Roy said, with those guys not returning, his minutes will go up, his usage will go up, so like this is a great opportunity for him to prove to the NBA teams and, do something special, one more year at Texas, and improve and become a top 10 pick maybe next year. For sure. So we got a new strength coach, guys. Corey Schlesinger. Schlesinger. I was close.
Sound fast.
I ain't saying it. We know you can't say it. We know you can't say it. Nah, but he obviously he went to Stanford. He graduated from Stanford. He was a strength coach for the Suns in the NBA. So he has a lot of experience, seems like. I don't know too much about him, but I think it's a great look for us. RT, kind of creating his own culture, getting his own guys in who he wants around him to help formulate this team. I think it's a good move for us. What do you guys think?
So the staff is finally completed from RT, the head coach, Frank Haif. I was actually on the phone with him, and it was myself, TJ, and Frank, and we were reminiscing. And Frank is an avid worker. We were talking about kids, and I think we're going to get a special treat coming up soon. I can't really talk about it, but I got inside information about something going on, and guys, we're going to be really excited about this one. So we were talking a little bit about that and just talking about the family. He's excited to get back to Texas, put this thing back on the map like it's supposed to be. And it's just great to catch up with, guys that help you get to where you are today. Frank Haif is a great leader, and I'm glad to have him back. He knows the 40 acres. He's going to do great at the 40 acres, and kudos to Frank Haif. So filling out the staff, Steve McClain's coming back. Brandon Chappell's coming back. Chris Ogden general manager of basketball.
Yeah,
So
Augie flipped back to GM now. Or well, I guess he wasn't officially GM, but he went on the bench last year mid-season, and now he's going to go back to kind of more his, administrative / GM running the program.
So he won't be on the bench this year, basically.
Correct.
I got a question, y'all. So I know what a NBA GM does and looks like, right? What is a college GM? Like, what does that look like? That's
a great question.
I'm saying, like, if you're up and coming, because that's never been a role that I ever heard of. So if your goal is to be a GM one day, right? Obviously, everybody wants to go to the big leagues, the NBA, NFL, all this kind of stuff. But now you have the opportunity to become a GM of a college sports team. Is that correct?
Yeah. I think just from knowing Augie and for years and still hanging out with him some, his role is to kind of be not only the liaison to the athletics office, to those pieces, but also to just basically oversee everything. And whether that's the branding of the team, like talking to the kids about marketing, bringing in speakers, like these types of things, all the way to, to actual the basketball operations and overseeing every single person in there. So he's kind of in charge of, overseeing everything. Obviously it's RT's the guy, but he's the guy that's responsible for everything else, everything in between. And right. He definitely stays busy. That guy I don't know how he does it.
It sounds like he's a little bit of everything, because
correct.
A lot of the stuff that you're saying reminds me of Roy, player development, bringing in guest speakers for the guys to listen to about finances and this and that. Making sure the family members have tickets to the games and good seats and just anything guys need. That kind of sounds
that's more like the Dobo though.
Huh? What's that?
The Dobo in college.
What's a Dobo?
The director of basketball.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, just say that. Why you?
That's Dobo.
I didn't know what you meant either.
Just
Both
say
of you guys looked
director.
at me like I was speaking Spanish.
I thought you was talking some New York stuff.
No.
I know Dumbo
That's the
out there.
acronym.
I was just keeping quiet.
No, basically.
Come on, man. Just say the term,
No,
bro.
but I didn't want to say all that. That's why I said Dobo.
Oh, you took the shortcut.
The
Okay,
Dobo is basically like the liaison. I got liaison,
you.
Yeah.
I got you.
The liaison of he's connecting and he's running around and he's doing all the hotels. Yeah. He's booking everything.
Everything. The equipment manager, the player development, the PR, he's everything.
He's not that though.
No, so they have Parker Sexton, who is the Dobo. and he's the one that's responsible for, everything in between, with making sure the players and everything happens with, I'm sure, with travel, all those pieces. But Augie, I believe Augie is technically overseeing him in that situation.
Is my man Scott. Roy, you had Scotty McDonald, right?
Yeah, Scotty McDonald's still there. He's PR though.
That's my guy.
He's there.
Man.
He's been there. 30-something years.
That's my guy, man. My favorite
Big
guy.
Shout out to Scotty Mack.
Scotty Mack, man. What's up, man?
We need to get Scotty Mack on.
For real. For real.
We'll get Augie too. Augie keeps.
Yeah, we need to get
on.
Augie on. That would be definitely. He can explain his role and what he really does, how he connects. I know he knows a lot of alumnus. And he's having meetings and, he's basically in the community and trying to bridge the gap, from the old donors to the new donors. And once we get this thing rolling, especially in football, I think it's going to be an influx of money coming in, UT has a lot of money. It has a lot of money. So.
It's interesting. I don't know if you guys saw last night, there was a huge moment in NIL, SI put out an article and there were some tweets going out that the IRS has come back and they approved 501c3s for, some of these collectives. Like Texas One Fund is a registered 501c3, and that got fully approved. But now what the IRS is saying is they don't believe it's legal to give tax deductions for donations to NIL, which could completely change how everything works. Because a lot of the donors want that tax write-off. It's so key for them, and that's why we kept Clark Field is not a 501c3. It's a quote for-profit business, but we do deals with businesses, et cetera, and then work on deals with the kids. Whereas the One Fund can raise these nonprofit funds and then disseminate those. And we help them by we execute a lot of the events for them and help set all that up. But if that happens, it's going to be really interesting to see what that does to the appetite for folks giving money, et cetera. So we'll see what happens. I mean, it's not a nail in the coffin yet, and nothing's been decided, but it's not a great thing when that comes out. It's definitely not going to help raise funds for NIL in the short term.
Yeah. Well, the guys are back on campus working out, doing summer workouts. What y'all thoughts on that? Have y'all seen anybody? Like, I know, I follow the Texas basketball IG and I see the workouts. I'm actually going down there in a couple of weeks to spend some time with the guys and see it firsthand. So what are you guys looking, what are the guys looking like? Do y'all see any excitement or anything we could talk about? As far as the workouts go?
I did tap into the Instagram. I haven't been on Instagram a lot lately. And I saw the kid Weaver, windmill, coming down the lane in some kind of drill, like a finishing drill. And I was like, wow, he's super athletic. Like, we have that. So that was exciting. And I'm just kind of excited the fact that you're going back to campus from the 17th to the 29th to be down there with these young guys. So
yeah, man,
kind of like I got a busy schedule, but I might have to come down there to come check man. You and check these guys out to see them up close and personal.
Yeah,
because the videos don't do us justice.
Nah, it sounds like we're gonna have to do some recording.
Input. We are, man.
I think we need to set this up moving forward. We talked about this. And the fact that you're coming in on the 17th, that adds more fuel to the fire. So what do you think about this, Nick? What do you think about the roster? What do you think about the summer workouts? Have you been watching or tuning in? I know we got to get you all access so you could be in the gym. As soon as you make this link, you'll have all access when you don't need us to just get in the gym.
I love that. I hear everything kind of, second or third hand right now. But the things I've heard is, what you said that Kendall Weaver is, he's an absolute freak, like just can jump out of the gym. Like, and you saw it with that video. The kid's an athlete. I think he's going to really surprise people. I think he's going to be a big energy spark. I mean, the kid was the WAC freshman of the year, right? Like he definitely can play. And then the other thing that's been seeping out is that Asmus is the real deal, that he's just gonna step in and pick up where he left off. And between what I've heard from people around the program as well as some of the sites, et cetera, they're expecting first or second team Big 12 from that kid, which is pretty high praise coming, jumping leagues like that.
Well, you put him in the same bucket as the kid from Kansas State or the Marquise Noel. That kid from New York City, he put on, he had a great run in the tournament, and he really put on at Kansas State. And he was transferring, I believe, from Arkansas, Little Rock, so he got a chance to be on the biggest platform, and he really performed. And just looking at the numbers, Max Amos, he led the NCAA in scoring. So with averaging 21.9 points now, like, we have a real threat. We have a real threat at that position. And I think he's really going to put the fuel to the fire. He's going to put the gas, and he's going to go. He's going to be a real scoring threat. And I'm excited to watch him play.
Yeah, I guess Shedrick's not practicing yet because he's still rehabbing. I think he had a shoulder injury, the Virginia kid, that the 6'11" kid that can jump out of the gym. But I think that what we're going to see a lot of these guys, take a big step up. But I mean, but we forget we have somebody like Brock Cunningham, who's a solid contributor. You've got guys like that. And, I know you referenced it, but everyone knows we're out there actively going after getting a big guard and or a big guard or two. So I think that'll happen, because that's the one thing when you look at this roster, I think we talked about it a little last episode, is that they're missing that big guard. You got Tyrese, you got Asmus, and then, Weaver being the tallest of the guards at 6'3". So they really need that kind of big body guard. And I think that's that's the piece we'll likely fill in before the end of before the end of the next month or so.
More guard wing, I would say. Yeah.
Like a small forward.
A big guard that could play maybe the 3, maybe the 4, like, if you get in switching situations. So I guess you got to hit the transfer portal and get a big guard, or maybe you sign somebody late in August that you're intrigued by. But we lost out on Caleb Love.
Mm-hmm. Arizona.
They got us. And I think Kaluma is still in the draft.
Is he? I thought he pulled out. I thought he was still making visits for school. And then the Cam Spencer kid from Rutgers ended up at, I think he's at UConn now. So that's a big get.
Well, we're 0 for 3. We're 0 for Winfrey right now. We got no wins.
When is the transfer portal closed? Like, when is that? When is the date?
You can't put your name in anymore. Like, that part's closed, but you can still transfer in. I believe you have to be a graduate now to enter into the portal new.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that.
Gotcha. Yeah, man, I'm super excited looking at this team that we're putting together, the staff that we're putting together, and then Roy, you got some top secret information you can't share yet. I'm excited to hear about that too. So it's all coming together, man, I think. And it's gonna be an exciting season to watch and follow, man. It's gonna be fun.
I'm reading now, Kaluma to visit Alabama.
Yeah. I heard he was taking visits.
And so that means he took his name out of the NBA draft. So do we really have a realistic chance of getting this cat?
Yeah, I haven't heard much buzz around that, and I think that's kind of died down. It seemed like we were pretty high, but it like you mentioned, Ro, I think there's other folks there. They got their sights set on, and if it's anything like some of the rumors I'm hearing, like if we add that piece, this team starts to look a lot like the talent level of last year. I just think that we watched it where the first year of a lot of these transfers where we kind of smashed everybody together. That first year under Beard was, up and down. Granted, they made the tournament and did well, but it wasn't like last year where you saw that team really gel. And I think Jabari was a big piece of that, kind of helping glue that thing together. But I think that'll be the interesting thing. I mean, I think that's something we haven't talked a ton about is building that chemistry. And you guys know about it just from playing in the league so long, playing college, and you coaching Roy like that. What is that like? How does that come together? Is that just playing together, or is that, hanging out? What is it that makes that piece jump and really stick together?
Yeah, I think it starts now, like with them showing up right now in the summer, working out together, eating together, hanging out, doing you basically doing everything together right now. It starts now. I don't know, Roy, how y'all did it, but when we was there, summer workouts was hard, man. They had us up at 5 a.m. For a workout. You leave there, you go straight to class at 7:30ish. You're in class for about 3 or 4 hours, maybe switching buildings in between. Then you get some lunch, study hall, back at the gym later for pickup, hooping, and then hang out that night and just do it again. We had weekends off and we could go home and do what we wanted to do, but I think that's the most important time for these guys to gel and build that chemistry and really become brothers. It's a brotherhood, at the end of the day. So, that's the thing I think is most important right now for those guys to just build. They're going to go through it. They're going to push them. They're going to try to make them break. I feel like that's what they did us. And that's just going to draw those guys closer together and help each other through these times.
I think chemistry is the most important thing. It's the intangible people don't talk about. This is the why, why we compete, why we go so hard, because it's a family, atmosphere. I just remember, my years at Texas hanging out with James Thomas and riding in Brandon Mouton's Crown Vic, just riding around the city after we just, play one-on-one. And we're going at each other's heads. Just being with TJ all the time, living in the same dorms. My first year, I lived in a 2-bedroom apartment with 5 other players. And that's how we built. We took the bus every day to workouts, summer workouts. I had a summer job, so I was leaving my summer job. I wasn't in summer school at the time, and I was getting on the bus, and we were going up to Gregory because we didn't have a practice facility in our summer workouts, and getting up at 5:30 and having conditioning and playing against these older guys. And it really wasn't organized, but we were there the whole summer and we were getting to it. And I think those are, the chemistry part, bringing these guys together, got high character guys, and then that happens organically. Like, you can't force that. The chemistry has to be right for you to win. And when you have good teams, you have great chemistry because guys hold each other accountable, guys push each other, guys motivate each other, and guys are all in the same pot, and they're trying to stir it up to win. And it's a great, that builds your culture. That's really how your culture is built, by that chemistry and guys living together and being in the gym and sweating together. And, having moments of competition. And it's a great feeling when you have real organic chemistry. And my team had that. That's why we were so good. DJ's team had that. That's why they were good, because it's a culture of love and compassion for one another. And that's what we had. And it's been great. So the summers are big. The summers are big. That's how you work on your game. But the summers are big to come together and build this thing and be brothers and hang out and learn about each other. That's what's really been building the trust. That's how you have trust, when I could talk to you about my family issues off the court. So I know I have your back on the court.
Yeah, I can remember like yesterday, man. My mom and dad dropped me off. And they took us to our dorm. Actually, me and KD shared the dorm together. I just know that dude, man, all he wanted to do was go to the gym. That's it. Like, we didn't party. We didn't do anything. Like, we just would go to the gym till 1 o'clock in the morning, play one-on-one, shoot. It was every day. And we just talked about basketball. And that's how we got so close. And then, like Roy said, like, the summertime is where they going to make or break you. They trying to find out who's tough, who's going to be the leaders of the team, who's going to get the minutes. Like, that's where it all starts, I think. They already know what you could do when you come in. They recruited you for how many years? 4, 5, 3 years, whatever it's been. And so they know your abilities and your talents. But it's like when you get on that campus and you start those summer workouts, they going to push you mentally to see who's going to break, who's going to rise to the top, and who they can trust, And then, of course, you build those relationships with your guys, and you see who's struggling. You see who's having a hard time being away from family and homesick. And you got to pick your brothers up. And, that's what that time is for, man. And I think that was the best time for me, the most important time for me, coming from New Orleans, a small family. I have a big family, but my circle is small. And, I was a little homesick at first. I was a little, like I said, they had us getting up at 5 a.m, man. I never did that to work out, like 5 a.m, running, like
Did
no
you brush your teeth, though?
No.
Did you brush your teeth?
I brushed my teeth. I brushed my teeth to wipe my face, but that was it, dog. Like, they had us literally no basketball. Can you imagine getting up at 5:30 when you're a young basketball player and you don't even touch a ball?
You don't touch a basketball.
That's the worst. That's the worst.
Then you're in the gym.
That's the worst, bro. I wanted to cry so many mornings. You know what I'm saying? Like, so many mornings. Like, that's the worst. And now when I look back, it really made me who I was as a college basketball player. So when the season started, I was ready for whatever. It was just, those are the times, man. Summer workouts, summertime is the best time for me.
For real. I got a story about Ty Wright. Ty Wright, he's the
Shout out Coach Ty, man. That's my guy.
Coach. His title is probably something more sophisticated than that with the LA Clippers. And he was with us, my first year. And we used to work out in the stadium. They had like this weight room that we shared with the track team. It was like this makeshift weight room. And we used to have to come up there and lift weights and do conditioning. I remember I was coming from my job. Now, meanwhile, I'm detailing cars in the hot summer sun in Texas, using the bus system to get to the university. So I'm getting on the bus like I'm in New York City. So this is nothing to me. And now this is one day we have conditioning. We had conditioning on Mondays and Wednesdays. And I was tired, I didn't have it. And, I was about to tell Ty, yo, I can't go. So I mustered up some strength and I went through the workout and he was like, all right, the workout's not over. And he was like, he told me to get on the turf. And, I did my running and then he got up to like 11 and I was like, hold up, bro, man. Why are we going to 11? Like now I'm trying to debate like, yo, I'm not doing this. So he's like, you going to be in at Allen Fieldhouse down 2. You got to be in condition. And I'm like, he's just yelling at me, trying to motivate me to get this 11th sprint. So like I'm sprinting, on this turf and I'm like, I'm just going that tired. I ain't doing this. Like, I'm dead tired. I'm not doing it. And he's cursing at me and I'm cursing at him. And then, you know what? I end up doing it. And he pushed me to that limit and I got through it. And I'm a better person for it. I was a better player for it. And I just remember just going that tired. And we always talk about it every time I see him. And I thank him for, pushing me that extra limit. And that's what the summer's about, pushing you to the edge, pushing you to that limit to see, what you are made of and if you got it in you. Because I almost quit and went back home to New York City. Mm-hmm. I was on the borderline of quitting a couple times my freshman year, going back because it was that tough. But I'm thankful that, I saw it through because they really motivated you. They really pushed you. And this was the time when Barnes did have the potty mouth. He was he was really cursing people out. And you had to be mentally tough and you had to be resilient and you had to fight through. And he taught you how to be mentally tough. Like, you're going to get through this. You're going to have to sit here and I'm going to critique you. And I'm thankful for that. So big ups to Ty Wright.
Yeah, so shout out to Coach Ty, man. He was more, like Roy said, he was more than just a strength coach to us. He was like a father figure. He was a chef. He used to cook us breakfast. Like, he would invite us to his house,
mentor,
barbecue,
everything,
man. And I remember. So I'm from New Orleans, so we like to eat in New Orleans. So when I graduated high school, I was a little chubby.
Bro.
I was a little chunky.
You was a boy.
I was a little chubby. I was a little bit chubby, not too bad, but I just, I love to eat. I'm from New Orleans, so.
So why did you wear the t-shirt?
What t-shirt?
Because I know why I wore the t-shirt.
What t-shirt?
Under the jersey.
Are you talking about in the league?
No, I'm talking about in college. You didn't wear a t-shirt for a minute?
I didn't wear a t-shirt.
Okay.
I don't think he did. I don't remember him wearing a t-shirt.
Never. No. I never wore a t-shirt. Anyway, man.
I'm gonna pull up a shirt.
Pull up a picture of me. Only thing I had was some big ass shorts. That's what I had. I started the big short wave. That's what I started.
There's some legendary pictures of you and TJ.
TJ, pull that picture up of TJ in his rookie picture, please. If we can pull that up. But man,
legendary.
Coach Ty,
we'll get Colton to throw it in here.
Yeah, throw it in, Coach Ty, man, I never forget. So, me and Big Dexter Pittman. Shout out to Big Dex.
Pittman. Shout out to Dex.
Yeah, man. We both was a little over our playing weight where we should have been. Coming in, we still kids, man. We 17 years old. We eating candy, all kind of stuff. Coach Ty puts me and Dex in fat camp. So we got to get up. Me and Dex only, man. We had to get up every morning at I can't even remember. It was early, man, like 5:30, 6 o'clock. Everybody else didn't have to be there. Just me and Dex, and Coach Ty made us get on the bike, put the timer on. I still remember that little beep sound. Beep. Every time it went off, you had to sprint on the bike. I hated that sound. So we had to do that.
You got trauma.
We had to do that for 30 minutes or something like that every morning, and then lift, and then he would make me and Dex breakfast, and then we'll head to our first class, right? And then I did that for we did that for 2 weeks straight, man. I never forget my first weekend going home. Like I said, they let us leave on weekends. My family was like, "What happened to you?" Because I was so skinny, bro. But Coach Ty, that's just how he was, man. He'll push you to the limit, man. He'll push you because he knows you're great inside. He knows what you can do. And like I said, man, shout out Coach Ty. He was always like a father figure, man. Have us around his family, barbecue, swimming in his pool with his kids, man. You know what I'm saying? We all coming from different cities and different areas, and to have that support that's what I love about Texas, man. That's what I always tell people when I talk to kids now that's trying to decide if they want to go to Texas or not, man. Like, it's a family environment over there, man, forever. And as you can see now, we got this brotherhood. It's a brotherhood, man. You build it from the coaches to the people behind the scenes. It's just love over there, man.
Yeah, I think you guys touched on it, but a lot of people don't know this, but working with all the guys and doing events and stuff behind the scenes, watching how they interact, how they show up to places, who comes with who. That team last year was so tight. Like they had, it was mainly like 3 groups that they would come into every event, and it wasn't like cliquey or anything like that, but they were all friends. They all liked hanging out. They all like loved each other, like you guys said. And then in my opinion, you could see it on the court, because it'd be like, okay, today's Dessou's day. He's getting 27. Like, I'm a step back, or it'd be like, hey, Marcus has got it today. Like, and there wasn't that. You see it on some teams where it's that people are kind of fighting over the ball. It looks like an AAU game sometimes, but like this team actually, you could tell, cared about each other. It was like, okay, let's get him his. He's got to get his, and I don't know. I saw that unity, and they were such a pleasure to work with, because it was just such a good bunch of guys last year.
Yeah, I think it sounds like no ego.
I think in college, I know when we was there, everybody supports each other. You're gonna have your own little cliques, though. You're gonna have 3 or 4 guys that hang that are closer with other guys, and that's cool, but as long as, like you said, they come together at the end of the day for the bigger picture, because it's not like that in the NBA. I'm just being honest with you. It's every man for yourself, Roy. I don't know if you feel the same way, but it's kind of every man for yourself. Everybody's fighting for a certain goal, whether one guy wants to win, one guy wants a contract, one guy wants this, and that's something I missed when I made it to the NBA. I missed that environment of just everybody supporting each other and everybody wanting to see each other win.
It's family, bro. That's what it comes down to. When you're in college, it's family. Like, we spend holidays together. We travel together. Nobody's above each other. We're all on the same level. We're all trying to achieve the same thing. And it's real family. And it shows, like, afterwards, like, how our relationships are, like, how tight we are. Like, I consider you like my brother, like my little brother. Like, TJ's my right-hand man. That's my brother from another. So it's like, it's real things, because we've been through the war together. We've been through a lot of different situations. We saw each other grow. And that's why I love the University of Texas so much, because not what it did for me is how I came back and I gave my service and my time to these guys, and y'all really, connected with me and show and allowed me to be your big bro and show you the way. And I want everybody to win. I want everybody to achieve their goals, but not everybody's going to do that. And with the guys that I tapped in with, it's always love, man. And that's what I have in my heart. Real love and compassion for you guys, to see you grow, to see you reach your goals, to see you do well in the game of life. Because like you said, in the NBA, it's all men for themselves. But when we come back to Texas, it's a big old family. So, you take the pros and the cons from different things, and you learn how to maneuver through the minutia. Through the crap.
I learned 2 words from you today: minutia, and what was the other one? Dobo. Dobo.
The Dobo. We'll have to get Parker on here. The Dobo. He's pretty great, man. Parker's a cool guy.
Yeah. I was wrong. So you did wear a T-shirt under your jersey in the league.
In the league,
in college, you didn't.
Right. In the league, I hurt my shoulder. And they made me wear, and
stabilizes your shoulder.
I don't know what they do. The trainers just made me wear, and I had like 30 points that night. So I was like, shit, I'm wearing this shit every time. Like, so ever since then, I started wearing it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it just became like, kind of like, Rip Hamilton wore his mask, and then he never took it off.
Superstitious.
Yeah. So I just, and I like the way it looked too. So it made me look.
Why did you rock it, Roy? Was that style?
So
see, no, hold on. It's a difference. It's a difference. The shirt that I wore a basketball dry fit shirt. He wore a white tee from the flea market under his shit. That's terrible. That's some New York. That's some New York shit.
We'll get that picture too.
Pull that up, Kobe.
We were Reebok, and we switched over to Nike when I got there. That was their first year.
Bro, you had on a cotton tee. Yes, you did. I had a dry fit.
I had a dry fit.
Athletic, sweat absorbing shirt you had on, bro.
It was a dry fit.
Colton,
It was a dry fit.
How they do it on YouTube?
Nike was making dry fits. I didn't go to school in 1985, bro. I didn't go to school. I went to school in 2000.
Come on, bro.
2000. I saw my freshman year.
I saw you play.
Oh, yeah. So can I explain the story?
I'm sorry.
So I went to school. I was 6'4". I weighed 164 pounds. I was skinny and I had no definition of muscle. I jumped from 164 to 185. I got stronger, but I still didn't like my body. I was insecure. So as a 17, 18-year-old kid, I decided, all right, everybody, guys were bigger than me and stuff like that. And I was like, nah, man, I'm not going to just put on my jersey. I got to hide myself. So I decided to wear a t-shirt because I was so skinny and I was so insecure about the way I look. I just put on this big t-shirt.
So let me ask you. So you didn't put on a shirt that actually fit. You went with the biggest one you could find. Because I got a picture right here. I don't know if y'all can see it. That big ass. Look at the sleeve.
Yeah, I did. That is a dry fit. And
look at your sleeves, bro.
It is.
How could you play in that?
I remember when Nike first came out with, they were actual like t-shirt, like it's not like the dry fit material. They were like t-shirts. I know what you're talking about. I will back you on that. But
yeah, the dry fit is
so
like, it's like
wore
a part
it because I wasn't the most muscular
you was
guy.
Insecure. Okay.
Yeah, I was insecure. I was 18 years old.
No, I thought
when I put on 20 pounds, I would be buff, but that's not my type. I'm long, but like at the same time, like I was like, yo, I can't just put on this jersey, man. I put the jersey on. I saw myself in the mirror. I was like, yo, I didn't have any tattoos at the time, so that wasn't in.
We still can't tell if you got tattoos, but go ahead. Go ahead.
So, and it's a staple. Everybody knows me for wearing a long tee.
I respect
they didn't
that.
know the story behind me putting in the long tee.
I thought it was a New York thing, honestly.
No, I thought it was too.
Because of the size of the shirt, not the actual shirt, like the size. It had to be like a 3X.
But Baggy was in. Like, Baggy's back right now. Like,
I got you.
Kids are wearing baggy clothes right now. Like, Baggy's back. Everything is retrospect. So everything is like, is happening again.
Yeah, so my shirt was an actual dry fit. It's just like the tanks that they wear under. It was the same material. I just had sleeves on mine. It was a little different, but
so let's talk about your shorts, though.
I said my shorts.
Your shorts look like you wearing capris a little bit now. It's like you got capris on.
Hey, bro. Listen, it made me faster. Like the wind blew.
How can you dribble the ball through your legs? How can you do a tween cross?
I didn't have to do all that. I was straight. I went downhill, straight forward, side to side. I ain't had to do all that. A to B.
Put the one I just sent you up of TJ.
But you know what?
DJs look like Daisy Dukes.
Yeah, this is just ridiculous. Pull it up, Roy. You got it.
Yeah, I got it.
This is
now this is the ultimate one.
His shorts are almost touching his top of his tongue of his shoe.
We need to find out the story behind this one. I know it's a big story behind this one. Supposedly they sent the wrong shorts and he had to wear these shorts because this was for the rookie photo shoot. And this was like he was shooting for his cards. But this is OD, bro. Like, come on, man. Like,
we'll have to ask him about it when y'all are in Austin.
We gotta ask him, man. We gotta ask him because I know there was another Milwaukee player there, and he could have borrowed their shorts, or you know what I'm saying? Or he could have rolled the top. You know how they roll the waist down?
Yeah, I mean, he could have rolled it up.
Rolled it up.
I mean, those are sweatpants. Those are some like capris.
Those are capris. Those are swimming sweatpants. Yeah,
that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Yeah, but awesome. My shorts, they gave me a little extra little burst. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were so big, I had a little wind behind me. Made me a little faster.
Really?
Aerodynamics.
Yeah, man. So I had a little.
It wasn't a New Orleans thing. It wasn't
No.
That's how we dress. Because we wore Dickie. Y'all wearing stuff real baggy too now.
Yeah, we wore the Dickie shirts with the Dickie pants and the Jabos. That was all I wore. Man. That's all I wore.
We wore Jabos too. Y'all wore like 5X white tees too.
Nah, we ain't go that big. Our Dickie shirt went over the white tee. You wear your Dickie, you wear white tee, Dickie shirt over. And you could rock either your Jabos or your Dickie pants with it, with some Reebok Classics. That was it.
Reebok Classics. Whoa. Yeah. Throw those in the garbage.
Soldiers.
Trash.
You should call them soldiers. Yeah.
They're back, man. Reebok's back. Reebok's got a resurgence happening.
Soldier Slim
That's equivalent to the Air Force Ones.
R.I.P. Soldier Slim. He started that. It's just like y'all, like Air Force Ones and wherever that started. We had Reebok
in
classes.
New York. Yeah, that's why they call them Uptowns.
I ain't know they call them Uptowns.
See, I put you on 3 things today.
Dobo, Minutia, and Uptown.
Uptown. No, they call them Uptown Nikes. Like you got a pair of Uptowns. Like you had the mids, you had the lows, and then you had the highs because James Thomas actually hooped in Air Force Ones. He used to always wear the high tops, and he used to have the high tops had the strap, and you strap them up
with the high socks too.
How are you playing in them things? Them things is flat. Right. It's like you wearing penny loafers, and he would hoop out with them.
Sheed used to play in those, didn't he?
That's the reason why he won because Rasheed Wallace used to have the Uptowns, and so Nike started making him his own sneaker with the Uptowns with his silhouette of him shooting a high release jumper. So James Thomas, he copped like 10 pairs of them because they came in like 11.
How can you play basketball in Air Force Ones, dude? Those things are clunky.
Clunky.
That's pretty bad.
They probably burn a hole in your heel, like
shatter your ankles.
But you know, Stephalosha, remember him?
Yeah, he played in running shoes.
He played in Air Max, the low Air Max.
I played with Stephalosha. He played in running shoes.
I used to be like, bro, how you playing in them? Like low top Air Max, bro, with the spikes at the bottom, like no grip. Like what? Like, bro.
With just the traction, right?
Yeah, and then Andre Miller used to play. He wouldn't even tie his shoestring. You remember that?
Yeah, I play with Dre Miller.
He'll wrap him around his ankle. That's not tying him, bro.
They would. Like,
that's not cinching him.
Yeah, he's just wrapping him around and sticking him in the side of the shoe. That's not tying your shoe. That was crazy. But he played like that.
Ankle braces,
fat lacing him.
Braces too.
I guess everybody got their thing, man. But
like, what was your favorite shoe that you played in?
My favorite shoe all time is the Adidas Pro Models. All time favorite shoe.
I played in those too.
Man, I tried they stopped making them.
Yeah, they had the low ones too.
Oh, I had the low patent leather. I had the black and white. I had the crimson, red, and white that matched my high school uniform. I had, bro. But they stopped making them when I made it to the league. I was trying to get them. My favorite shoe ever, bro. Low top. The low top.
Dang, I remember those.
The low top Pro Models. The low top Pro Models,
But you had multiple shoe companies that you know.
Yeah, I signed with Jordan. I signed with Jordan. I almost signed with K1X. The Ron Artest. Yeah, they had
Ron Artest. Those were like the street ball sneakers.
Yeah. So quick story. So I was in Summer League. I had just got drafted. And so I got K1X. They talked to my agent. They like, yeah, we want DJ to be, we only got Ron. We want DJ to be the da-da-da-da. We're going to send him some merch, some gear. Man, they sent me some shirts with like AK-47s on them and pistols. And my mama like, you're not wearing it. My mama like, you're not. And then the shoe actually, the sole came off in my first practice. And then I was like, man, I can't do this. And then Jordan, like, obviously he was the owner of my team, but he wanted me to sign with him. So
didn't you wear felines too?
So I was with Brand Jordan. Don't do that. I was with Brand Jordan for 10 years, right? 10 years. I was with Brand Jordan for 10 years. And he don't just sign everybody, bro, especially rookies. So I was blessed and, shout out to MJ for that. But, after that, after my contract was up with them, after my 10th year, I was in Orlando and I was like, man, I want to try to do something different. Like I was starting, I was playing well. I was like, let me see if I could do something different. So Fila came reaching out to us like, hey, we want to make DJ, we're going to give him commercials and billboards and this, that. So I was like, why not? Let me try something. I'm not scared to try something and go off and do something different. So I did it. And I don't know how I played that season in them felines, bro. It worked out though. I had one of my best seasons. I played in some low top felines.
So why didn't you sign a multi-year deal with them? You just couldn't do it.
It's really a crazy, sad story. The guy, the GM of Fila that signed me and told me all the stuff that they was gonna do with me, he passed away. Wow. He had a heart attack during All-Star break. So me and my wife was just landing back in Houston from Cabo, I think. And I got the call that he had a heart attack and passed away. So once once the new person took over, like they didn't have the same vision, I guess, for me that he had.
Wow.
And so
you
I
only signed 1 year.
I signed a 2-year deal, but then I wanted out because I did my stuff with him. I wanted to be with him, and
right. The money had to be good now to sign with Fila. Or
it was straight, but more so they also paid for everything for my basketball camp too, which was important to me. So I like the fact that they did that too. So they paid me and they paid for my basketball camp.
There they are.
So
they not bad.
We'll get
not the Grand Hill, but these are not bad aesthetically.
They're not bad.
And you were with the Orlando Magic at the time when you were in the Filas, the low cut. You know,
unis are sick,
I'm a Fila guy, but more off the court, like the cream. The drug dealers used to wear these. The cream. Low cut.
Now one of my favorite shoes growing up was the Jerry Stackhouses though.
Yeah, I remember the stats.
Yeah. So I mean, I had some connection with them, bro. It was everything sounded great. It just didn't, God forbid, it didn't work out because my man passed away. So
wow. Sorry to hear that. R.I.P.
Yeah, man. So I wanted out after that, and then I'm 14 years in. Ain't nobody signing no 14-year-old vet, backup point guard. So I had to start buying shoes after that. I should have just stayed with Jordan. Honestly, that's the one regret I have in my career, not staying with Jordan brand, man. That's a great brand. But
I'm sure you got an allotment of Jordans in your house. They still send you stuff?
No, because I'm not with them no more. They was, and they would have.
Oh, so the fact that you left to go to Fila, you cut off the whole Jordan pipeline because you would have had that.
Yeah, that needs to be the goal. Maybe we can get stuff sent to DJ from this.
You got a relationship, so you should go tap back in.
I could still. That's not how Michael worked though. MJ, if you leave him, he ain't signing you back, bro. He ain't signing you back.
But I mean, like, they're not sending your kids shoes or anything like that.
I could get stuff. I have guys all over who can send stuff, but I'm saying I had a allotment that I could spend a certain amount every year on family, kids, whatever. And I never really was into shoes, so I would get all these Jordans, bro. Like every Jordan, all the retros 2 months before they came out. I just never wore them because I wasn't a shoe guy. You know what I'm saying? So that never was my thing, but that's my one regret. But it's all good.
That's a good story.
That's a good
never
regret.
Leave Jordan.
Yeah. Don't get on his bad
leave Jordan.
Don't get on his bad side. It's over. But
I think that's a good place to wrap this week. But I know we'll just continue to promise having a guest every single week.
We're the worst, man. Like, we are the worst. We've done 4 episodes now and haven't had a guest.
Well, we've had them locked in, but we had to move the recording around.
Happening. I'll take the blame for that last one, but
that's a good thing though. That's a good thing that you had come up that we had to change for. I could take that.
Yeah,
I could deal with that. Okay. It wasn't like you just bailed on us. Like I'm
not going to do that. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
But for the next episode, we need to have a guest. And
it sounds sad. It sounds like we're like, please, no.
Please, somebody.
Please. Like,
we've got a couple ready to go. So
we have some people lined up. The timing wasn't right. So next episode, hopefully we'll have a guest.
We will, man. We will. Not hopefully, we will, man.
Little podcast that could. We're like,
struggle bus, man.
It's the struggle bus.
We're going to find somebody that a walk-on from 25 years ago. We'll get them to jump on.
For real, man.
But once we get it rolling, it's going to be rolling. But
oh, yeah.
Great episode, fellas, man.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for getting it together, and let's move this thing forward.
We'll see y'all next week.
Yes, sir.